Meds this. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So be careful of the words that you speak. We ought to realize that our words can make a major difference in somebody's life. We should practice to speak positive things over people's life. And only speak when we are sure that our words are much better than our silence. In other words, if you have nothing good to say, then shut up. We must acknowledge that our words can help that person get a job, pass that exam, get that promotion, start that business, break free from abuse or addiction, take better care of self. Your words can help your child become somebody that you're proud of and the world acknowledge. Or it can make that child become the scorn of society that you will be ashamed of. Your words can be so damaging that it can cause people to lose confidence, hope, psychological and physical strength. It can make them feel unwanted, worthless, ugly and demotivated. It can cause them to lose out on everything and prevent them from excelling to the highest point. It actually can make one talent remain buried deep within. And even worse, it can cause one to take his or her own life. Look, if you keep feeding your children with negative words, he or she will mature into a negative person. And it may take a long time to transfer such mind to positive. The world is already full of negativity. So we have to practice to speak life over our children. Let them know that they're beautiful, smart, and can be anything that they want to, once they really love it and put their mind to it. While we can't change the world, we can play our part to ensure that our child, our children, is of a positive nature. Learn to encourage people and help them to push further in life. Sometimes we may not have something physical to give, but our words still can make somebody feel good. No, this don't mean that we should be hypocritical. Definitely not. It simply means that we should only speak words that may be received as constructive criticism. Words that will help people grow, even if it's not in accordance to what he or she may want to hear. So speak words of truth, but just filter them a bit before releasing them from mouth. Did you all know that a lot of people, alive and dead, don't get to max their full potential because they allow a family member, a friend, or a partner discourage them from achieving their goals? Think about all these successful people. Don't you all think they got discouraged too? Yes, people told them they could not start that business, such as Amazon, Walmart, and so on. Don't you all think people discourage the likes of Bill Gates, Michael Jordan? You know them all. However, those people choose to follow their heart and that burning desire that they have. They choose to listen to people who encourage them, even if those were totally strangers. And to be honest, sometimes lack of knowledge may prevent some from acknowledging your true potential. So, they just speak in accordance to how their brain may understand. But it's very important for you to know that, not because they say it can't be done, not because they say you're a failure and you won't make it, not because they say you may be wasting your time and you're not smart enough, not because they say you're not attractive or worthy or anything that is negative. That definitely do not mean that it's true. Some people just deflect things on other people based on how they feel about themselves. And words can be meaningless if action is not applied to it. But that don't mean that it won't hurt and can cause some internal pain and stop you from moving forward. But you should not allow it to, because their opinions are not facts. Don't allow people with small minds tell you that your dreams are too big. We actually should be careful of the things that we say to our next person, because some things can be said in a second that still would be hurting 10 years later. Sometimes our words can cause a lifetime of regrets. So we should not be so quick to respond, especially in a state of anger, sadness, or frustration. Our mouth should not be quicker than our mind. What comes from the mouth are irreversible once uttered, and apologies won't cause it to be forgotten, especially if those words pierce another like a two-edged sword. Just be careful in spitting out words from your mouth, because you really don't have no control over those words once they leave your mouth. And you never know when someone close to you become a stranger overnight because of some badly spoken words. And sadly, your words may be the last thing that you say to another. So, let the words that come from thy mouth be a blessing and not a curse. Psalms chapter 19 verse 14 says, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer." Proverbs 13 verse 3, "He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide lips shall have destruction." So words can cause a lot of harm if taken as truth by a recipient. Words can destroy in a minute what the heart had to build in a year. People just have to start to realize the seriousness of how much it can affect others when negatively spoken to, especially when this becomes constant and nobody may be around to tell that child or family member or friend that it's not true. Y'all notice at a sport event, the spectators are there cheering on their team of choice. This is simply because they want them to perform well. How distracting and demotivating would that be if everybody started to curse them out? But really, that's just life. People will always have something to say. However, if success is what you really crave, try to focus on positive comments and not the negative. Learn to accept constructive criticism. And when they say that you can't, let your action prove them wrong. You should always speak positive things over your life. How crazy would that be if you are the one keeping down yourself with your own mouth? We're blessed with 2 ears and 1 mouth, because we should really practice to listen more and talk less. It's much better to keep your mouth closed and let people think that you're a fool than open it up. Simple words like please, I'm sorry, thank you, etc. can do so much for us and others too. From now on, be that person that only speaks the truth, that touch others' soul from near and far. I mean, you don't have to be a psychologist to help people who may be lost. Let your words be so melodious that it helps those who are down and keep those who are standing up to reach even higher. We all can do this. Let's start today by sharing, liking, and leaving a comment. If you're new, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out. Blessings.